This is a Patreon top tier suggestion. Top tier suggestion, the 100 is here. Shout out to my patron. I've heard about this show. I believe this is another CW show. So this is the second CW show that I'm watching on my channel. And I literally just finished the last one, which is Rain. I should tell you my history with CW shows. It's not a fun one. It's not a fun one. There's very few. I used to be a huge fan because they actually used to make really good shows. But for some reason, there is a thing with CW shows, not necessarily of recent, but really just overall with how they treat their shows down the line. What ends up happening is like you'll have these awesome starts to these shows, and then for some reason, later down the line, the quality drops, show might end up getting canceled, or it's rushing to the end, or the ending just don't feel like an ending. Like it feels like something very like a child could think of. Like it's not conclusive enough to leave you satisfactory. Had the same problem with the show I just watched. At the end of the day, I read the synopsis and I was like, this is really interesting because I'm also watching The Expanse as well. A bit of a good contrast between the two. Currently, it's a good contrast because this show is about, I don't know, 100 years after a nuclear blast goes off, and they come back to Earth to see if it can be inhabited again. So some nuclear disaster happened that I want to know how they figure out how to leave in the first place. If that nuclear disaster happened on Earth, like, you know, were they already living on other planets? So I have questions. So in any case, guys, I'm about to go watch this episode. Hopefully I can enjoy this journey so you guys can enjoy me watching the show. Anyways, guys, want to see more episodes of the 100? By the time you guys are seeing this on YouTube, I'm pretty sure that I'm probably either finished with the show or it's ongoing. So go check it out on the Patreon. Either way, also join my Patreon for free. You can do that. You can join for free. There's a lot of shows that I release if they're just sitting there and they're exclusive to Patreon. Sometimes I release them on Patreon for free for you guys to watch. Shows that I know that I'm probably never going to put on the YouTube channel. So let's jump into the reaction, and I will see you guys right after for the review. I know you're wondering right now, where's the reaction? Where's the edited version that's supposed to be on YouTube? Well, Terabyt has decided to not edit videos anymore. So here we are. If you want to see the full reaction, it's going to be available for you. The link will be in the description, or you can go over to the Patreon as well and join for free. The full reaction will be posted there as well. So you got two options. Another option that you can do to help support the channel as well, you can join the Patreon as well. There is a tier there that you can watch one extra episode forward from these new series that are going to come to the channel. If this is the release of episode 1, episode 2 will be available on the first tier over on Patreon. And if you want to watch however many more episodes I have available, you can always join the second tier as well. And if you want to suggest any shows for me to watch, you can join the third tier on Patreon. Okay, so you have options. After this, we jump right into the review for the episode, and I expect you guys to continue to comment and like the videos just as much. Thank you guys so much. Let's get to the review. I guess some dudes. You think? I kind of could tell that that was leading up to something that was going to happen. But let's talk about this first episode. So, the 100, episode 1, pilot episode. To say that they jam-packed a lot into this episode, they did. This was a really good first episode of the series. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm hooked yet, because one of the things about CW shows, I was about to say it at the end there, but I said, let me wait until the review of the episode to say it. Music is not a strong point of any shows that I've ever watched on CW. It's just not. I think maybe the superhero shows that was on CW did music the best that they could, because it's not hard to find themes because it fits for a superhero genre. You know what I'm saying? You hear a sound, you associate it with that specific superhero, right? So it fits, like the Flash, Arrow, um, all the rest of them, Supergirl, whatever. I watched like the first season of Supergirl. I never, what, is it Supergirl or yeah, Supergirl, right? I watched the first season of it, and then I stopped watching it. It just didn't click with me. But music is not necessarily outside of that, and I talked about it when I was watching Rain as well. Rain, there is some really cool scores that they have, but overall, you're playing pop music. Now, this is something in the future, so you would think that pop music would fit. But one of the things I think they do is they overuse it. You get what I'm saying? Like they're overdoing it. Like there's some times when you can create tension and elation and show excitement without having to play pop music with lyrics, man. You get what I'm saying? Like it's really, one of these days I'm probably going to do a video talking about how important music is and when it's appropriate, when it's not appropriate, and stuff like that. I will talk about, and I will compare and contrast when I see it done well versus versus when it's not done well. And some people might blame it on budget and stuff like that, but you can find even stock music out there that you can buy the license for and it sounds way better than this. I know this because not only did I have this experience before I started YouTube, since I've been doing YouTube and just looking around for, even stuff that are copyrighted and trying to buy the license for it if I like it a lot and to attach it to projects and stuff like that I've done. I know it's possible for these big studios that are creating these projects to actually do that, but they're lazy. They'd rather put you in a situation where, I mean, even in this scene, the music was a little overpowering, but I didn't mind it. But at the same time, I was about to say that CW has a bad habit of putting pop music into their stuff. And I'm not saying, but all right, the song that they played first with Imagine Dragon, Radioactive, right? That was spot on. The song fits. It makes sense. We're dealing with a younger generation of people, right? It fits. The one that they just played, it was unnecessary. It kind of took me out of the moment a little bit. I get it though, but I get it. I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. The first episode, I do not know these names, so at this point, I'm just gonna refer to people as that girl or that boy or the chancellor, because I don't know the names yet, right? Or I just refer to somebody because I know the relationships, right? So we have the main character, which I think is the girl that her mom almost got spaced just now, right? I don't think that's the term they use. I think that's the term that they use in The Expanse. Spaced, meaning you get, you know what I'm saying? You get thrown out into space. You can't breathe. You're gonna die, right? So I think she's the main character. I gotta remember her name. At some point, the name is going to stick, and I'm gonna start calling her by her name. But just bear with me for now. So I believe she's going to be the main character that's going to, kind of try to, I don't necessarily see her leading this group, but she's the most sensible one in the group that's going to, hey, we should do this instead of this, because I think she has the knowledge. You get what I'm saying? Of course, we have the guy that shot the chancellor. He's trying to raise hell, bring up everybody, telling them to take off their bracelets and stuff like that they're using to monitor them, and they want to know what the situation is. The girl's mom, right, as I said, she just almost got spaced. She saved the chancellor, right? She's the doctor. She's a very interesting character to me, and as I said, I don't think that was going to happen, right? I called it. I was like, this is not going to happen. There's no way they're going to kill off this character. And first of all, I've seen her in a lot of other things. You're not going to kill that character or this actor and taking her out of the series in the first episode. That's never happened. Like, that probably has happened maybe once or twice in TV land, but you're not going to get an actress like that to commit to a show like this and then you kill her off in the first episode. Like, unless you paid her millions to do that one episode, like, you're just not going to do that. You need strong actors and actresses like that to carry a show, right? The Chancellor is another big TV actor as well. You're not going to kill that guy in the first episode. Now that I realize who he is, because I wasn't really paying attention to the face when I saw him on the screen the first time when he was giving them the message when they were in the ship on the way to Earth. So now that I see him, because I was like, okay, they're not killing this character. Okay, right? Of course, we know the substitute Chancellor is Desmond from Lost, right? So I know he's probably going to be around for a while as well. I don't know any of these other actors or actresses. I don't know any of them. All of them are very new. Probably this is their first gig. Who knows? So I'm just talking about that aspect of it is very interesting to me, right? The story, of course, we're gonna have what's going on the space station, and we're gonna they're gonna be figuring out what's going on Earth. Now, more than likely, this kid is going to die. He just got speared in the chest, right? More than likely, he's going to die. I was like, because I was asking the question even at the beginning, where I was like, okay, they go back to Earth. Of course, there might be some mutations because of the radiation and stuff like that. There might be some mutation. Now, we don't know if these probably human mutations that's going on right now that survive this, right? That was still there. I don't know what this is about. I don't know why they just attack. They probably think aliens came back or whatever the situation is. But what is this? Is this an evolved animal? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of questions that I have of this attack right now. But they need to understand. Like, I would be so cautious if this was real life. You get what I'm saying? If this happened to Earth and I happened to come back here after something like this to see if the Earth is okay and can be inhabited again, I'm gonna be my P's and Q's and be seriously cautious. There would be no fun having. You get what I'm saying? But as I said, they're kids. They don't know what Earth looks like. So it's understandable how they're reacting. The excitement, they think that there's no way no humans was here. They expect, from their expectations, they think it's okay to be free willy-nilly out here in these streets. But they're gonna learn real fast, it seems like, that this there's problems in these streets. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how that. But I like the story. I like the premise, I should say, of the story. I like the premise of it. I'm not drawn to any particular character yet. As I said, CW struggles to really find compelling characters and shows. They really do. They struggle with that. The writing, a lot of times with CW shows, it's hard to find deepness in it. A lot of times, I'm not saying that this show should be deep. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that to find meaning beyond what you're watching. You get what I'm saying? It's few and far in between when they actually do that. And I know I may be sitting here and be like, yes, I'm criticizing CW, but it's just that I've grown to the point where I understand the audience that they appeal to. It's not really like people my age, which is like I'm almost 40 years old. Like they're not trying to reach me. They're trying to reach people in their early 20s, maybe teenagers and stuff like that. A lot of times with a lot of their shows. So it's like maybe you know what I'm saying, early 20s, you know, maybe late 20s as well. That's their demographic that they like to hit. So a lot of times you'll find it's more like quick hits, you know, weird romantic pairings and stuff like that. And I'm already kind of seeing that in this show as well in the first episode. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know who's gonna end up with who, but you know that they're gonna bring some sort of romantic aspect to this show already. You kind of can see it, but I'm interesting I'm interested in seeing where they're going to take this. You get what I'm saying? Once I start a show, I'm not going to just abruptly just finish and not give you a reason why. There's shows that I've stopped watching in the past, but I always go back to it eventually, right? So I'm not saying this to say that I'm going to drop the show because it's a CW show and all this other stuff. No, I watch everything that you guys suggest for me to watch. Everything that you guys suggest for me to watch, I try to get to it as soon as possible. If it's trash at the end, I'm gonna say it didn't really live up to the expectations, right? I just gave Rain, which had 4 seasons. 3 out of the seasons were, well, I would say they had 2 great seasons. The second and the third seasons was really good, right? But the 4th seasons was kind of meh. I gave it a 7.5. That was my score. 7.5 out of 10, right? That's not a knock. The show was rushed in the final season, right? But I still enjoyed it, still enjoyed the journey, I still enjoyed the lessons learned, right? So I can do the same with the 100, right? As I said, the story hasn't really gripped me yet for me to say, okay, this is wonderful. Like when I watched the first episode of The Expanse, I was like, yo, this is kind of fire. You know what I'm saying? It gripped me from the first episode. The 100 didn't exactly do that, but it has potential to be great. So let's see where it goes. I need these kids to be scared shitless because they need to understand that this ain't if I'm on a mission like this, even if I've never known Earth, I would be seriously cautious about the situation that I'm in. But I thought the girl, I don't know her name yet, I thought she was gonna be a lot more serious, but she's letting peer pressure, like, you know what I'm saying, because of the other kids that are around her right now. Meanwhile, she's trying to get to this place. She's letting it kind of get to her and let her guard down. And I really thought that she was going to be like, no, we need to get to this place. We need to stop fucking around. Let's get it. I don't have time to enjoy these pretty butterflies. Let's get to where we're going. You know what I'm saying? That's the attitude that she gave off at first, but now she's letting kind of like peer pressure get to her, and she's kind of letting her guard down. I don't necessarily like that, but I think she's going to pick back up. She's going to snap back into it. I'm hoping for that. So let's see how it goes. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all, man. Episode 1 is down. We're gonna move on. If you want to see more episodes of the 100, go check it out on the Patreon, man. I know that you guys want to see this. Once it gets to YouTube, you want to see more of it, so go check it out on the Patreon. I might be done, I might not be done, who knows. I don't know when this is gonna hit the YouTube channel, but if you are watching this, then it has come to the YouTube channel, right? So go check it out on the Patreon, man. And you can go over there and join the top tier and suggest a show that you want me. As soon as you suggest a show that you want me to watch, if I don't have anything lined up to watch, it goes to the top of the list. Okay, it goes to the top of the list. It goes to the top. If I have multiple people that is at top level suggesting shows, then you do have to wait a little bit for me to get to yours. But more than likely, we don't have too many people at the superstar level right now. So you can join and suggest a show that you want me to watch. I jump on them immediately. Okay, so I'll see you guys next time. Leave a like, leave a comment. It's your boy Terabyt React. Now go watch episode 2. Okay, go watch episode 2. It's already out. Let's get it.